I have a confession to make. I spent more time in choosing this dress than rehearsing for the TEDx talk, which is something that I deeply regret right now. But so yeah, I was not thinking about it. But see, I don't have too many chances of wearing a gown here in the States, in Colombia especially. And so, I just wanted to emphasize this important moment. And because this is recorded, I wanted to show my mother that I am able to wear high heels. It's just that they are usually next to me, not on me. So anyway, Mom, I did it. So another reason why I'm here is because I am very, very bad at public speaking. I don't like it, and I think most of us don't. So as any mentally sane person who hates public speaking, you go and apply for a TEDx talk, right? Because that's what you do. So I'm really sorry, but a bit too late for that. So as you can see, I have notes here because I'm incapable of memorizing a 10-minute speech. And I have sweaty palms, and I didn't sleep last night, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to faint or flip or fall or anything in between. But bear with me. Besides all these things, I do have, or I hope I have, an idea worth spreading. And this is one of the reasons why I applied for this TEDx talk, because I think citizenship is not as important as we all like to think sometimes. See, I am not an American citizen. No surprises there. But do I want to be one? I'm not really sure. See, it might be easier to get around. It might be easier to get a job here without having recruiters asking me, how long can you stay? When are you going home? Why don't you have the proper documents? And what, I mean, I'm legal, but I don't have, I'm not a resident. I could start a real savings account, the type of account where you don't add every penny you save to, just in case you need to start your life all over again someplace else. I could have a real housing contract, the type of contract that expires in more than 3 months, that would allow me to get furniture and decorate a place of my own and not wait to be kicked out. I could not live my life in a suitcase. And I could buy stuff without throwing them away in like 3-4 months. I could get a dog. I always wanted to get a dog. Those creatures that need you for longer than 3 months? I know, pain, quite a pain. I could start a college fund for my future kids. Hey, I want to send my kids to Harvard too, okay? And I need to start saving for that. I could not get stuck in this heavy bureaucracy. And I could plan for buying, my house, part of the American dream, with an ocean view or a lake view. And instead of freaking out on my couch every single night about what I'm going to do with my life next, I could actually Google recipes of brownies or apple pies or plan my next Thanksgiving dinner or any other things that are so common for you here that for me are quite a challenge. See, I don't know if any of those things will happen for me here. Heck, I don't even know if any of those things will happen for me at all. But do I feel less of a citizen here now? I don't. Because, see, I've been living in the United States for 2 years now. And you all have created a new home for me. Even my definition of home has changed because of you. Prior to coming here, I have lived 28 years in my home country of Romania, a country in Eastern Europe. And I came here because at one point in your history, your government decided to give scholarships to students to come here and study and see how great America is, no pun intended. And I lived in that country for a long time, and I had just one big dream in mind, which was to get out of there as soon as possible. Because for as much as I love Romania and the Romanian people, that country always seemed too small for me. And not for my ambitions, but for my curiosity. See, I was born and raised in the capital city of Bucharest. And this is the place in Romania where everyone comes to school or to get better career opportunities. So I went to college there. I got my first master's degree there. I got my first job there. Got my second job there. I fell in love. I was heartbroken. I fell in love again. And I suffered tremendous pain and experienced tremendous joy, all in one place on the same streets. Yet I always knew there had to be more. There had to be a world outside my all-white friends and my Romanian-speaking friends. There had to be people who sounded different, who spoke different, who looked different, but felt the same. So I started looking for all these differences in my travels. I spent my early career traveling on scholarship, going on all these adventures that started with just a trip to the airport for me. I never had money to travel much, but I was very lucky to always run into people who believed in my career and who would sponsor my adventures. I've been to beautiful European places, rich in tradition and culture, and I've seen sad places, conflict areas, where poverty and loss are just mundane topics. At home, I worked as a magazine reporter, and I was one of those magazine reporters that always looked for the different. Not because it made for a good story, but because different humanized the world. Because diversity is beautiful. So in my home country, I had many different friends from myself. I had friends among people with disabilities, which see Romania as some sort of roller coaster every time they have to get out of the streets, because the country does very little to defend their rights. I had friends among the Roma community, which is a community that is associated with a very high crime rate. As a journalist, I covered the LGBT community, which in my country, being gay meant going to prison up until the early 2000s. I loved every single one of those different people, because diversity is beautiful, and because we lack diversity in my culture. So when I got to looking for a master's program, America was yet another clear choice for me. I choose to be here because you are so different, and because you are so diverse. And because no matter how much you still struggle with this, and no matter the many problems you're still facing about integrating the different, you still do a much better job than many other nations out there. Because I just love walking down the streets of Columbia, Missouri, and meeting my Indian friends, my French friends, my German friends, my Mexican friends, my American friends, my white and black and Asian and brown friends, all these people who have helped me get a better education in the United States, who have helped me get a degree from one of the finest journalism schools in the nation, who have helped me get jobs in places I only heard about in movies, who helped me integrate in the small Midwestern town, and even helped me create a business of my own, and travel across the nation to pitch my story and our idea to investors, entrepreneurs, business people, and anyone who ever wanted to hear about the outstanding things that outsiders can do in America and for America. Because I have a small face and narrow eyes, and people think I'm some sort of mixture between some Asian and some European thing. Because I sound kind of funny, I have a funny accent, and people don't turn their backs at me, but get more helpful because of that. Because if there's one thing that I learned in this life, is that struggling to fit in is a very, very bad decision for yourself. That the real value comes from having the courage to stand out in every single way you can. I speak 6 languages, and these are all the countries that I have friends in. All the colored ones, right? Not the gray ones. Every single one of those places has one person out there who might host me for the night, who might tell me a story, or who might help me when I'm in need. See, I don't need to be a citizen of any of those places to call those places home for one night or for 1 year. There is no paper nor document that would tell me I belong there, as long as there's people loving me there. Because I believe that no government nor country should tell me when I should be staying or when I should be going. Because life is not about that. It's not about papers. It's about freedom and love. All those things that know no borders, no boundaries, no paperwork. I am graduating in May, which is 1 month from now. I feel like this is some sort of graduation party that I have because I know a lot of people in the audience. I'm graduating in May, and I am terrified. I have never been more scared in my life because as a student graduating, you're already scared that you're ending an important part of your life. But at the same time, I have no idea what I'm going to do next, or if I will be able to stay here and continue working for the projects that are very dear to me, or if I should just pack my bags and go. Because all kinds of rumors about visas and immigrants not being welcomed in the United States sometimes makes it hard for international students to reach out to employers, or employers to give a chance to all these international students that feel like they are not welcome anymore. And at the same time, these are people who you have invested in. We have been here 2 years. We have gotten skills that now best serve your community. And many of these students want to stay and give back. They want to help you build this country and make it better every single day in every single way we can. Because panic and anxiety and self-centeredness can curb blossoming careers. And the path to yet another person saying, hey, you know what? I was not born here, but I care about this place just as much as you do, and I feel like I belong here. See, I am not an American citizen. But in my heart right now, I might be feeling as American as every single American in this room. And some of you might feel more European than I do right now. And maybe some of you will want to travel one day to a faraway place, and we want to stay there for longer and make their place their own, and meet people and establish new relationships and connections. And we want to build that place with them. No government should tell you you're not allowed to do that because you're not of the right citizenship. Because you know what? I really believe we are all citizens of the world. And this is a world we create for ourselves every single day. So let's make sure it's a beautiful one. Thank you.